What if I told you that your brain, even after 65, is still full of life, growth, and possibility? That those moments when you forget a name, or feel your mind slowing down, they're not signs that you're losing yourself, but invitations to care for your mind in a new way. For decades, we believed that the aging brain simply declined, that memory faded, focus scattered, and clarity slipped away. But now, neuroscience tells a different story. A hopeful story. A powerful story. Your brain is still changing. Still capable of growing. Still able to heal. And in this video, we'll walk together through the gentle, science-backed habits that can help keep your brain sharp, calm, and deeply alive, even into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. You'll discover what actually happens to the brain after 65, and how small daily choices can protect your memory, boost your energy, and bring clarity back into your days. So if you've ever felt like you're slowing down, or like your thoughts just don't flow the way they used to, stay with me. Because the truth is, your mind is not fading. It's evolving. And this journey might just change the way you see aging forever. 10-2. Barakat Adala Chapter 1 Dengan 13 Paragraph Narrative Dan Transformative, Sejuai Judul, How to Keep Your Brain Young After 65, backed by Neuroscience, Untuck Channel A1, Elderly Wisdom. Chapter 1, The Quiet Shift After 65. There's a moment, often quiet, often unnoticed, when many people over 65 begin to sense something changing. It might be as subtle as forgetting a word you've used your whole life. Or taking longer to remember where you placed your keys. It doesn't feel like a crisis, just different. At first, it might bring a smile. Oh well, I'm getting older, we tell ourselves. But as those moments multiply, they can start to carry a whisper of fear. Is something wrong with me? Am I starting to lose my mind? But what if that fear was based on a misunderstanding? What if those small shifts in memory and focus weren't signs of failure, but signs of transformation? Modern neuroscience has revealed something both surprising and reassuring: the brain doesn't stop growing at 65. In fact, under the right conditions, it can continue to form new neural pathways, develop stronger connections, and adapt to changes well into old age. This idea, called neuroplasticity, is perhaps the most hopeful discovery of our time. It means your brain is more like a garden than a machine. And gardens, even older ones, can bloom again when tended with care. Aging doesn't mean shrinking, it means evolving. Just as your body becomes more attuned to stillness and your heart more tuned to wisdom, your mind begins to prefer depth over speed, reflection over reaction. It's true, your processing speed may not be what it once was. But your ability to make meaningful connections, to see the big picture, to sense emotion, to understand nuance, those capacities often increase with age, not decline. The challenge is not to stop aging. The challenge is to age with intention. And that begins with how you treat your mind, what you feed it, how you move it, and how you rest it. Think of your brain like a musical instrument. If left untouched for too long, it grows dull. But if played daily, with attention and love, it sings again, softly at first, then with surprising clarity. In many traditional cultures, the elders were seen as the thinkers, the healers, the ones who held the long memory of the people. Their minds weren't fading, they were deepening. And it wasn't just age that gave them that depth. It was care, purpose, and presence. Today, we live in a world that moves fast and forgets slow wisdom. But you don't have to follow that path. You can choose a different rhythm, one that honors your mind's evolution, not fears it. So if you felt yourself changing, you're not alone. And you're not broken. You're just entering a new season, one filled with opportunity, if you know how to nurture it. And that's what we'll explore together: how to care for your brain in this sacred chapter of life, with science, with simplicity, and with deep respect for the person you've become. Before we continue to Chapter 2, I want to gently ask you for a small favor. If this message speaks to you, if even one part of it touches your heart or gives you hope, please consider liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and leaving a comment below. Your support helps us share more wisdom with people who need it most, elders who are searching for clarity, courage, or just a kind voice in their day. But more than that, by engaging with this video, you're not just helping the channel, you're helping yourself. Chapter 2, Movement that Awakens the Mind. Movement is more than just a way to keep your body fit. For your brain, it's a signal, one that says, I'm still here. I still care. At any age, movement energizes. But after 65, it becomes a form of medicine. It doesn't take running marathons or lifting heavy weights. Even gentle, intentional motion, like walking, stretching, or slow dancing, can do wonders for brain health. Each time you move, blood flows more freely to the brain. This brings oxygen and nutrients, clears out toxins, and supports the creation of new brain cells. One of the most profound findings in neuroscience is that regular movement, especially walking, can increase the size of your hippocampus, the memory center of the brain. Think about that, a simple, daily walk around the block could help preserve your memories. Movement also helps reduce stress, one of the biggest enemies of brain health. When you move, your body releases endorphins, natural chemicals that bring peace and focus. Balance and coordination exercises are especially powerful. They force the brain to engage, to adapt, to concentrate, keeping neural pathways strong. Try standing on one foot while brushing your teeth. Or walking heel to toe across a room. These small acts awaken big benefits. Even household chores count. Sweeping, gardening, or climbing stairs can gently challenge both body and brain. Dance is one of the most underrated brain boosters. It combines rhythm, coordination, memory, and joy, all in one movement. Tai Chi and yoga offer more than flexibility. They center your awareness. Every pose becomes a conversation between brain and body. Don't let stiffness or past injuries stop you. There's always a way to move, at your pace, with grace. If mornings are hard, stretch in the afternoon. If walking is too much, try chair exercises. There's no right way, only your way. Movement brings a sense of control. Of freedom. Of being alive. It tells your brain, we're not done growing. Start where you are. Begin gently. Let movement become your morning prayer, your midday gift, your evening blessing. Because a moving body creates a moving mind. And the longer you keep moving, the longer your mind will stay awake. Chapter 3, What you eat shapes what you think. What you put on your plate doesn't just affect your waistline, it shapes your memory, your focus, and even your mood. The connection between food and brain health is no longer a theory, it's science. As we age, our brains need more help from what we consume. Certain nutrients can protect the brain from inflammation and slow down cognitive decline. Healthy fats, like those in salmon, avocado, and olive oil, are essential. Your brain is nearly 60T, and it thrives on the right kinds. Blueberries, often called brain berries, are rich in antioxidants that protect your neurons. Just a handful each day can make a difference. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collards are linked to slower mental aging. They're packed with folate, vitamin E, and other compounds that support cognitive function. Walnuts resemble little brains for a reason, they're loaded with omega-3s and polyphenol that improve memory and thinking. But just as powerful as what you eat is what you avoid. Processed sugars, fried foods, and excessive salt create inflammation in the brain and weaken neural communication. Too much alcohol affects memory centers. Even if you've enjoyed a drink for decades, cutting back after 65 can help protect your mind. Hydration is often overlooked. Dehydration, even mild, can cause confusion, fatigue, and forgetfulness. A few glasses of water spread throughout the day go a long way. Timing matters too. Eating large meals late at night can disrupt sleep and affect how well your brain rests and resets. Mindful eating matters. Sit down. Breathe. Chew slowly. Savor the textures and flavors. This brings awareness and connection, which the brain craves. Cooking can be a creative act. It engages memory, sequencing, and even sensory pleasure. Invite a friend or loved one to cook with you and nourish your mind together. Supplements can help, but they're not magic. Focus on whole foods, not pills. A balanced plate beats any bottle. Listen to how your body responds to food. The mind often follows the body's signals. Remember, eating well is a form of self-respect. It honors the life you've lived and the clarity you still deserve. Let your meals be a daily act of protection, of care, of renewal. Your brain is hungry for more than calories, it needs wisdom on a plate. Chapter 4, Thoughts that Build You Up. The thoughts you allow in your mind are just as important as the food you allow in your body. After 65, your mental landscape becomes either your sanctuary or your prison. Negative self-talk, worry, guilt, and regret weigh more heavily with time. But they're not final, they're patterns that can be changed. Neuroscience shows that what you think about most often becomes stronger. It's like carving grooves into a record, the more you play it, the deeper it gets. You've lived long enough to know which thoughts help you and which ones hurt you. Now's the time to choose which to keep. Start each day with one clear, positive affirmation. Even something as simple as, "I am still learning," can reshape your mental tone. Gratitude changes the chemistry of your brain. A daily list of 3 things you're thankful for trains your mind to seek the good, even in the mundane. Letting go of past mistakes is not weakness. It's mental hygiene. It clears space for presence and possibility. Be mindful of the words you speak to yourself. Would you say them to a dear friend? If not, don't say them to your own soul. Laughter heals more than we realize. Watch something funny. Talk with someone who brings joy. The brain thrives on lightness. Forgiveness, especially of yourself, is a brave and freeing act. You can't change the past, but you can change how you carry it. Meditation isn't about being still. It's about coming home to the moment. Even 5 quiet minutes can reset your inner world. Replace, "I'm too old for that," with, "I've never tried that before." Watch how your energy shifts. Let your mind become a place of possibility, not fear. A place of reflection, not shame. You've earned the right to think freely. To think kindly. To think boldly. Let that be your new mental soundtrack. Thoughts build identity. Identity builds action. Action builds legacy. Choose thoughts that leave a legacy of peace. Chapter 5, Rest that Restores, Not Just Sleeps. Rest is not a luxury in your later years, it's the cornerstone of brain health. Without true rest, the mind cannot heal, reset, or grow. Many older adults struggle with sleep. Whether it's waking in the middle of the night or feeling unrest in the morning, sleep issues become more common with age. But sleep isn't just about the number of hours, it's about quality. Your brain needs deep sleep to cleanse itself of waste and store memories properly. During deep sleep, your brain's lymphatic system activates, like a night crew cleaning up after a long day of thought. A regular bedtime routine signals the brain that it's time to wind down. Dim lights, soft music, and calming rituals make a big difference. Avoid screens an hour before bed. The blue light tells your brain it's still daytime and disrupts melatonin. Warm herbal teas, magnesium-rich snacks, or a short bedtime walk can prepare your body for rest. Don't overlook the power of naps. A 20-minute nap in the afternoon can refresh your brain without interfering with nighttime sleep. Stillness throughout the day also matters. Reading, praying, or sitting quietly allows your brain to reset gently. Your sleep environment should feel like a sanctuary. A cool, quiet, dark room helps the brain enter deeper sleep cycles. Journaling before bed can offload mental clutter and reduce nighttime rumination. If sleep is difficult, try progressive relaxation, slowly focusing on and releasing tension in each part of your body. A tired brain is a slower brain. But a rested brain is curious, clear, and courageous. Rest doesn't just restore, it renews. It gives you another day to create, to connect, to remember who you are. Let sleep be your nightly medicine. Let rest be your gift to tomorrow's mind. Chapter 6, Keep Learning, Keep Living. The brain loves novelty. It was designed to learn, to adapt, to explore. And that doesn't stop after retirement. In fact, learning something new after 65 is one of the most powerful ways to protect your brain from decline. Every time you learn a new skill, no matter how small, you build new neural connections. You create mental resilience. Try learning a few words in a different language. Pick up a hobby you never had time for when younger. Read books that challenge your thinking. It doesn't have to be academic. Learning can happen through cooking a new dish, fixing something at home, or using a new app. Creative hobbies like painting, writing, or playing music engage multiple parts of the brain at once. Even listening to unfamiliar music activates regions of the brain that may have been dormant for years. Lifelong learning improves confidence. It reminds you that your mind is still capable, still active, still alive. Online classes, community workshops, and senior learning centers are more accessible than ever. Take advantage of them. Teach someone else something you know. Teaching is one of the best ways to strengthen memory and deepen understanding. Puzzles, games, and logic challenges also train focus and memory in fun, engaging ways. Be curious. Ask questions. Wonder about things. Curiosity is the flame that keeps the mind from fading. Avoid saying, "I'm too old for that." Replace it with, "Let's see what happens." Your brain will respond with interest. Even the act of planning a small trip or learning about a new culture engages long-term memory, reasoning, and emotional intelligence. Challenge yourself in small ways every week. Your brain will reward you with growth, confidence, and joy. The more you learn, the more alive you feel. Because a brain that learns is a brain that lives. Chapter 7, Connection Keeps the Mind Alive. Loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a silent killer. Neuroscience shows that social isolation dramatically increases the risk of cognitive decline. The brain is a social organ. It thrives on conversation, laughter, eye contact, and touch. Staying connected doesn't require a huge circle. Just one or two meaningful relationships can make all the difference. Talk regularly with people who make you feel seen, not small. Who respect your experience and value your thoughts. Phone calls, video chats, and handwritten letters can maintain bonds, even across miles. Join groups that align with your interests, reading, gardening, music, or faith. Shared purpose brings deeper connection. Mentoring or volunteering allows you to share your wisdom. It gives you purpose while keeping your brain engaged. Physical touch matters. A hug, a pat on the back, or holding hands releases oxytocin, the brain's bonding hormone. Spend time with people of different ages. Intergenerational connection stimulates memory and storytelling. Pets can also provide meaningful connection. Walking a dog, caring for a cat, these acts bring rhythm, joy, and routine. Even short conversations with neighbors or strangers build neural stimulation and emotional resilience. Don't wait for others to reach out. Be the one to extend the hand, the call, the invitation. Revisit old friendships. Many people are waiting for someone to make the first move. Why not you? When you connect, your brain lights up. Regions responsible for empathy, language, and memory all become more active. Connection reminds your brain, and your heart, that you're not just aging. You're still belonging. Loneliness isn't simply a lack of people, it's a lack of meaningful engagement. And for the brain, it can be as damaging as smoking or obesity. After 65, connection becomes more than a social need, it's a biological necessity. Neuroscientists have found that regular social interaction keeps the prefrontal cortex active, improves memory, and even delays the onset of dementia. When we talk, listen, and laugh, our brains light up with life. But connection doesn't always require deep conversation. Even sharing a silent moment with someone who cares can regulate stress hormones and calm an anxious mind. The mistake many make is thinking that isolation is normal in older age. It's not. And more importantly, it's not irreversible. Small acts of connection, like waving at a neighbor, calling a sibling, or chatting with a store clerk, can ripple into a sense of belonging. Friendships made later in life carry a special weight. They're formed not from convenience, but from intention. From the desire to still live meaningfully. Volunteering is one of the most underestimated ways to stay connected. Helping others keeps your heart open and your mind active. Don't dismiss younger generations. Your wisdom is their map. Teaching, storytelling, or just listening builds a beautiful bridge across time. If technology feels intimidating, take small steps. Learning to send a photo, make a video call, or type a message can open entire new worlds of communication. Support groups, book clubs, community centers, even online communities, can offer new friendships and intellectual stimulation. Connection also lives in nature. Tending a garden, feeding birds, or walking among trees reminds you that life is still responding to you. Pets provide powerful emotional bonds. A loyal dog or a gentle cat offers routine, warmth, and wordless companionship that heals. Religious and spiritual communities are vital for many elders. They offer rituals, shared values, and a place to be needed and seen. But connection also starts inside. The way you connect with your own thoughts, memories, and feelings matters. Journaling, prayer, or silent reflection deepen your relationship with self. Avoid letting pride block vulnerability. It's okay to say, "I'm lonely." That sentence can become the doorway to new friendships. Laughter shared is healing multiplied. Find someone who makes you laugh. Or better yet, be the person who brings lightness to someone else. Take time to remember the people who've walked beside you in life. Reach out. Write letters. Reignite bonds that still matter. When you feel disconnected, ask yourself, who could I bless today with a phone call or a smile? Generosity builds bridges. Your brain was designed for connection. Neural pathways fire most brightly when they are in relationship with others. So never let age become a reason to retreat. Let it become your reason to reach out. Because connection doesn't just keep the mind alive, it keeps the soul awake. Conclusion: keeping your brain healthy after 65. Aging often brings both physical and mental challenges. Many people start to notice changes in their memory and cognitive speed after turning 65. However, these signs are not a sign of decline but rather a natural process of transformation. Your brain doesn't stop growing at this age. In fact, it still has the capacity to grow and adapt. With the right approach, we can keep our brains sharp and active well into our later years. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections and adapt to changes, is an exciting discovery. The aging brain requires care and attention, not just to prevent decline but to age with intention. Taking care of the brain through movement, diet, rest, and social connection is the key to preserving cognitive function and overall well-being. 1. Movement that awakens the brain. Physical movement is beneficial not only for the body but also for the brain. Regular physical activity, like walking or yoga, increases blood flow to the brain, provides oxygen and nutrients, and reduces stress. These activities can also increase the size of the hippocampus, the memory center of the brain. Therefore, moving daily can strengthen your memory and keep your brain sharp. 2. A diet that supports brain health. What you eat affects how your brain functions. Healthy foods like salmon, avocado, and leafy greens provide essential nutrients that support cognitive function. Avoiding processed foods, sugars, and excessive salt helps reduce brain inflammation. Staying hydrated is also critical for mental clarity, as dehydration can impair brain performance. 3. Quality rest. Sleep is crucial for brain health. It is not just about the number of hours, but the quality of sleep. During deep sleep, the brain cleans itself from toxins and processes memories. Therefore, maintaining a good sleep routine and creating a comfortable sleep environment are essential for a healthy brain. Poor sleep can hinder brain function, making quality rest vital. 4. Keep learning. The brain loves novelty. Learning new things after 65 is one of the most powerful ways to protect your brain from decline. Every time you learn a new skill, no matter how small, you build new neural connections and strengthen your mental resilience. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, learning a language, or taking an online course, learning keeps your brain engaged and active. 5. Thoughts that build you up. The thoughts you allow in your mind are as important as the food you put in your body. Positive thinking and focusing on gratitude can improve emotional and mental well-being. Negative self-talk and excessive worry can damage your mental health. Replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations each day can reshape your mindset and keep your brain healthy. 6. Social connection keeps the brain alive. Loneliness is a significant risk factor for cognitive decline. Regular social interaction keeps the brain active and engaged. Having meaningful conversations, spending time with loved ones, or joining community groups can help keep the brain stimulated and improve emotional resilience. Human connection is essential for maintaining mental sharpness and emotional well-being. 7. Giving time to yourself. Aging requires attention to self-care. Taking time for reflection, prayer, or simply sitting quietly helps the brain reset and rejuvenate. These moments of stillness allow the brain to release tension and process life's experiences. Focusing on self-care can help maintain mental clarity and reduce anxiety as we age. 8. Viewing aging as an opportunity for growth. Aging is not a sign of decline but an opportunity for personal growth. In later years, we have the chance to delve deeper into our thoughts, strengthen relationships, and find meaning in life's experiences. Accepting aging with wisdom can reduce anxiety and enhance quality of life. 9. Creating an environment that supports mental health. Your environment plays a significant role in brain health. Creating a comfortable, quiet, and light-filled space can enhance your mood and mental well-being. A supportive environment allows the brain to stay focused and think clearly, contributing to better mental health. 10. Hobbies that nurture the brain. Creative hobbies like painting, writing, or playing music engage various parts of the brain. These activities stimulate memory, concentration, and emotions, which all help maintain mental activity. Taking time for hobbies provides a sense of achievement and fulfillment, boosting mental well-being. 11. Maintaining a balanced life. Having a balanced life between work, family, and personal time is crucial for brain health.